What's up? सब सही चल रहा है? Well, so I'll be talking in English. My point will be playback singing and how to get there. So how many of you are here interested in music or singing? Just raise your hand or voice. That's it. Raise some voice, no? I'm a singer. Yeah, I have a tendency of getting claps whenever I open my mouth. So, I mean, that's that. So very few people understand what is the playback singing. So I'll tell you, playback singing, very simple. Some hero is running on screen and you are giving him the alap. That's playback singing in easy words. But to get there and to be the voice of somebody who's on a big screen, it takes only 4 things. And when I say this, believe me, it only takes 4 things. 1, knowing your tone, knowing how good you sing or how which kind of songs you perform. So for example, whenever you are learning, try to ask your teachers like what kind of songs will suit my voice, because then only you will have the capacity to explore yourself and to get wherever you want to go. So that's one, knowing your tone. So for example, Arijit has a very grainy and very husky tone. So that's in a technical language we call a round voice, which is a very round voice. It's a raw voice which, you know, just if he sings some lines, it feels like it's been mixed and mastered and computer generated. Like it's so pure and so bang on point. On the other hand, then there are lots and lots of singers who needs to be treated in studio or who needs to be treated on their voice, because they have a tone but they don't have the capacity of singing or the knowledge to sing. So 1, you need the tone. The second thing, to choose the right kind of songs. And when I say this, so for example, recently we lost Lataji. So Lataji is a music university for everybody who does the music. And by that I feel like Ajib Dasna Hai Ye is a song that's been popular for generations. For example, Lag Ja Gale is a song which is popular for generations, and it will be popular for coming generation as well. Why? Because the kind of singing or the kind of dynamics they used in the song. So that is something which set us and the legends apart. So I'm not saying that you have to or you should do this and that, but these are few things which I guess will help everybody who's a singer or musician here. So then another point which I was talking about is choosing the songs. So for example, if you have a husky voice, or if you have a what's the English word for patla? So thin voice. So if you have a thin voice, then you have to do practice on more of those kind of songs which have higher notes. So for example, if you are singing songs of Shreya Ghoshal and Sunidhi Chauhan, then there is a big difference, because Sunidhi Chauhan ma'am has a very unique voice, very bassy and very trebly voice, but whereas Shreya ji has very soft and husky voice. So I guess understanding that is very important when you're singing. Then practice comes every day. So I'll share you one incident that happened with me. So I was somewhere around 14 or 15 years old, and I was just not listening to my dad. I was just doing everything that a teenager could do, and so I forgot to do practice for like 1 week, 1.5 weeks, and then I understood that I'm not making good music, or I'm not singing that good which I used to do, just because I lost practice, I lost touch. So my dad gave me one sentence which was like, there's a violinist. Assume there's a violinist who does live gigs, who does shows. If he doesn't practice for 6 months, then his audience knows that something is wrong, something is off. If he doesn't practice for 1 month, his close circle, his friends, his band, everybody knows that something is wrong. If he doesn't practice for 1 week, then his family knows कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, like he's not up to the mark. But if he doesn't practice even a single day, he knows that he is missing something out. And that is what the dedication is in the music industry. Like we call riyaz. I feel doing 8 hours of riyaz is not gonna get you somewhere that you want to do. You know, it's just gonna be the mehnat that you're doing just because somebody is telling you. Instead of that, do 30 minutes of practice, but do it with all of your hearts. That will help you. Because 8 years I've been learning music from so many gurus. So only thing that they ever told me was, it doesn't matter how many times you practice one lick or one sur, unless and until you know it by heart. So I'll give you a very specific example. When I say sky, what do you imagine? So can I have the answers, please? When I say sky or when I say sun, what color does pop up in your head? Sky? Sun? Why is that? I'm sure you do not go and stare at the sky for 8 hours and then you know it's the blue color. You know it because you have it by heart in you. It's as simple as that. So anything that you're practicing or anything that you're doing apart from music, now I'm talking about music, the guy before me was talking about coffee. I love coffee, and that's something that he loves. Music is something that I love. Then so there are so many things, but whatever you're doing, you have to do with a precision and you have to do it patiently. Otherwise, you will not be able to get it. And on that note, my third point is, once you know what kind of tone you have. Second, when you know what kind of songs you have to choose to be better at playback singing, then comes the important part. Then comes knocking on the door to the music directors and pleading them, just listen us once. Just listen to my voice. Now, because of the technology, we have so many things in our hands that we don't have to go to the music directors. Music directors comes to us listening our one viral video or one thing that has been really famous. Once you get at that point, I'll tell you, you just love that recording microphone with all your heart, and it will give you everything that it has. Just like the way you love your mom, you love your dad, just love that recording microphone, because that microphone is giving you so much in the playback singing industry, like how to breathe on the microphone. So for example, this is a dynamic mic. We call it a dynamic mic, which is only used for instrument recordings and the live gigs. Other than that, this microphone has nothing to do with playback singing. But when you go to a playback singing microphone, that is something which is very, 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 very powerful. Like, even if you take a breath, which you didn't hear, that mic will hear it, and everybody will hear it. So, practice on a recording microphone. If you don't have a recording microphone, try to find a studio. Try to find a setup near you and try to go on that setup and try to communicate with the engineers or the music directors that you have and ask them, how can we do it? and how will we get there? So dynamics you have to control. So dynamics, I'll just show a very basic example of that. So if I'm singing a line, which is called हाँ तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा. Okay, I'm singing good, sur mein tha, everything was great, but I'm damn sure that you guys must have not liked that, because it was not the full throttle dynamically correct voice. So dynamics, when you are giving, you have to feel the words, you have to give it your heart. So like making the small voices and continuing it with everything that you have. And हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा, तुझसे जुदा अगर हो जाएंगे तो खुद से ही हो जाएंगे जुदा, हर लम्हा तेरा ना हो मेरे बिना, हर सांस में नाम तेरा. So you have to express every word, every note that you're singing. And sometimes I guess रिव्यू में ये शायद कर जाएगा, लेकिन मैं अभी आपको बोल रहा हूँ ऐसे. So होता ये है कि आप जब भी रिकॉर्डिंग माइक्रोफोन पे गाने की कोशिश करते हो तो हम लोग हमेशा सुर में ज़्यादा गाते हैं. We try to sing in a pitch, but right now the technology is so amazing that even singers who cannot sing can sing. We have somebody from our own Nagpur in terms of that. So I guess singing with a feel and understanding the lyrics is what makes you the best playback singer, or what will make you the best playback singer, which I believe. Because playback singing is just not something which is mixed and matched. Like you record a song, you shoot a song, and then you collaborate, and then you get it out. No, it's a process where you have to assume and you have to think how the hero will react, or how the heroine will react, or what's the body type of the heroine, or what's the body type of the hero. So if he's shown fat in the film, then I have to make my voice fatter. Then I have to make my voice thinner. If he's doing six-pack abs, and if he's very lean, then I have to make my voice, I have to adjust my voice according to that. And I guess that's something which you get with the time. Now with a 15 minutes of time frame, this is really very difficult to make you understand what I'm saying. But I'm damn sure if anybody wants to do music, they're getting what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to do. So I guess that's how you nail playback singing. 1, get the tone ready. 2, get the songs ready. The choice of the songs are very important. 3rd, you have to be dynamically very correct, because dynamics are something which you learn only when you get a recording microphone, or when you have the ability to practice with a recording microphone. And 4, you have to think about the hero, heroine, situations and everything that your director is telling you, or your music director is telling you. So that's about it. And now I'm a singer. I'm damn sure you people won't be leaving me without singing some song. So here we go. This is some famous song from movie Galti Sadhya Kar Karte. हो खिड़की तूने डोकावली दिसतेस का पाहतो तुला क्षणोक्षणी नजरेतूनच माझ्या सांगतो तुला मी सारे समजेल का तुला काही something सारे जग वाटे happening असतो सदा मी आता dreaming. Thanks. That's about it. Thank you so much. That's my 15 minutes.